Hi everyone, welcome to Bulls and Bears. Here's your daily update on what's happening in the stock market news and updates. Let's check out what's moving the markets on April 28th, 2025. This video is only for education. We're not telling you to buy or sell any stocks. Please do your own research before investing. The U.S. Federal Communications Commission, FCC, is reviewing its decades-old spectrum sharing rules to better support the growing needs of satellite-based telecommunications. Current power limits, established in the 1990s, restrict newer satellite systems like SpaceX's Starlink from delivering optimal coverage and capacity. The review aims to modernize these rules to enhance American innovation in space-based connectivity. However, stakeholders, including telecom giants AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile, urge the FCC to ensure that changes protect terrestrial networks and address potential interference issues. Domino's pizza shares slipped after the company missed first-quarter revenue expectations. U.S. same-store sales dropped slightly, signaling weaker consumer demand. International sales stayed strong, but rising costs and tough competition in the U.S. market continue to weigh on performance, making investors cautious. U.S. stock futures were slightly down as investors braced for a pivotal week, featuring major earnings reports and key economic data. Approximately 180 S&P 500 companies, including tech giants like Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and Meta, are set to release their quarterly results. While earnings have been generally positive, with 72.6% of companies surpassing analyst expectations and Q1 earnings projected to rise 9.7%, concerns linger over the impact of ongoing trade tensions and tariffs on future growth. Investors are also awaiting critical economic indicators, such as U.S. payrolls, GDP, and inflation data, to gauge the broader economic outlook. The IMF downgraded the U.S. economic growth forecast sharply from 2.7% to 1.8%, citing tariff tensions and slowing consumer spending. It also raised the chance of a U.S. recession to 40%. Global growth is expected to slow as trade uncertainty continues to weigh on investment and confidence. Tesla's stock rose by 6% following its first-quarter earnings release, despite reporting a 9% year-over-year revenue decline to $19.34 billion and a 71% drop in earnings per share to $0.12. The company attributed the downturn to a 20% decrease in automotive revenue and challenges posed by global trade policies. CEO Elon Musk announced a renewed focus on Tesla, stepping back from his role in the Department of Government Efficiency, and reaffirmed plans to launch an affordable EV in early 2025. Investors responded positively to Musk's commitment, offsetting concerns about slowing growth. Airlines like Delta and United trimmed their growth forecasts due to new tariffs and softer demand. However, hopes of a 90-day pause in trade tensions gave some relief to airline stocks, preventing a deeper sell-off in the market. Gold prices spiked close to $3,500 per ounce, driven by global economic fears and market uncertainty. Investors rushed to safe haven assets as trade tensions and growth worries intensified, making gold one of the best-performing assets lately. Tech stocks, including Apple, Dell, and ASML, rallied after President Trump hinted at easing tariffs on China. This positive shift boosted market sentiment, with investors hopeful for a less aggressive trade environment moving forward. Notable stock movements: NVIDIA shares experienced a significant decline, over 4%, following a report that China's Huawei is preparing to test a new powerful AI chip that could rival NVIDIA's high-end products. IBM shares saw a slight increase after announcing plans to invest $150 billion in the U.S. over the next 5 years, focusing on research and development in areas like mainframe and quantum computing. MGM Resorts International (MGM) stock rose after reporting strong results for its BetMGM online betting platform. Shares of some Magnificent Seven companies showed mixed performance. For instance, Tesla, TSLA, Meta, META, and Apple, AAPL, had gained on the previous Friday, but Monday's performance varied. Overall market sentiment. Despite the slight pullback today, the market had been on an upward trend recently, fueled by some positive earnings reports and hopes for a less aggressive trade environment. However, concerns about the impact of tariffs and the overall economic outlook continue to create some caution among investors. Investor sentiment, as gauged by some surveys, has shown a degree of bearishness recently, which some contrarian investors might view as a potential positive sign in the long run.